Hello everyone and welcome to another garage sale find video. Thank you to everybody who has been supporting the channel. I've shipped out a lot of good items in the past few weeks, but right now we're going to take a look at all the wonderful things I picked up in the past 2 weeks. So let's take a look. Okay guys, here we have a stack of video games that comprise 2 different garage sales. At the first garage sale, I picked up SingStar Queen. I haven't come across this particular karaoke game before. And the PS3 SingStar. At the second garage sale, there was just video games everywhere, so they're relatively cheap, about $2 a piece, I believe. So I went up and picked up a pretty good stack, which comprises Xbox One and 360 and the regular Xbox. So on the Xbox One, there was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Battlefront. On the 360, there is Dragon Age Origins. On the regular Xbox, we got Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Rainbow Six Lockdown, and Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, and also Unreal 2 The Awakening. And the last bit is on 360. We had The Lord of the Rings, The Battle of Middle-earth, Command & Conquer 3, Tiberium Wars, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Gears of War Judgment. Okay everybody, this stack of books I picked up at an estate sale. Now it's quite interesting assortment of different books, as you'll see here in a second. There's a little bit of everything, but I managed to pick up everything of note. So first off, we have The Black Hole, issues 2 and 3. We have Captain America 344, Conan 140, X-Men Deluxe issue 41, X-Men Noir number 3, Spider-Man Noir number 4, Witchblade and the Punisher, issue 1. X-Force. Not sure the issue on this one. Let's see it on there. I have Wolverine, issue 55. MK X-Men 306. 293. 258. This cover I hadn't seen before, but actually it's an edition that came with a toy. Yeah, The Eternals issue 16. A nice old pickup, but it was in pretty rough shape. As you can see it from there. We got some writing on it and a big crease across the cover there. Action Comics 487. In all right condition. The Brave and the Bold 178. Now this was a reissue of Captain America 109. This is another reissue book that came with a toy, but I like the look of this old vintage look, so I picked it up. And this was just a pamphlet about Savage Dragon. And here we have Spider-Man Unlimited issue 2, Uncanny X-Men 278, Avengers 210. We have an upside down X-Force number 15. There's a nice little Cable and Deadpool cover there. I like this cover. Uncanny X-Men 247. We got X-23 issue 2 and issue 1. Pretty nice finds. And we have an issue of The Boys. Quite a nice series if you haven't checked it out on Netflix. So it's good to come across one of the books in the series. Here's the Savage Dragon issue 1. We have the green guy in pretty nice shape. And a favorite of mine, we have Swamp Thing issue 131. Now, this was a beat up book, but still a nice old classic. Marvel's Collector's Item Classics issue 6. So it's got 4 of these old-timey books in here. It's pretty beat up. You can see probably from the cover there. It still has a nice look to it for a book being so old. Here we got Deadpool, Agent of Weapon X, issue 57. This is reminiscent of the old Uncanny X-Men cover that had Wolverine there. And here we have issue 58. And last but not least, Amazing Spider-Man 363, the conclusion of the original Carnage. So a nice find considering Carnage's movie will be out soon. Only real thing as a bummer about this book, I don't know if you can see it here, there's a little bit of a stain there right by the issue number. But other than that, it's in really nice shape. Okay guys, let me give you a little bit of background on this stack of books. I came across a collector, a nice guy named Mike, who was in a bit of a financial bind, so he decided to part with some of his collection. And it was spread out all over the place. It was in stacks on a coffee table. It was in 4 or 5 different long boxes. And he was opposed to selling the whole collection outright. He'd rather have somebody flip through and get what they need for their comic collection. So I was happy to hear that, because if I had picked up all the long boxes he had, I would have had 3 or 4 or 5 copies of the same book, which I really did not need. So he could pretty much quote the storylines from all his books, even though he hadn't really read them since the 90s. So he was quite knowledgeable about what was going on in all of the DC and Marvel universes. Now, here's a little bit of the Uncanny books I picked up. We have Uncanny 168, 192, 203, 204, 206. One really great find. 221, the first Mr. Sinister, in pretty decent shape. Now, a lot of his books were in all right condition, as you'll see here from the next one. Here we have 236. I get it a little bit closer, you can see how well read it was based on the spine condition. But otherwise, it's still all there. 241. 242. 243. 245. There's another one that was well read. We have 246. We have 249. 250. 251. 252. 253, 263, 264, 265, and a last note, 266. His first Gambit had been parted away long before I got there. We have 287. Now, this was a series he kept talking on and on about, so I decided to pick it up. I really like the cover artwork. We have X-Men Black Sun 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here's a character I don't see too often, but I'm still a fan of. We have Turok Dinosaur Hunter. This is the Valiant first year book. And I picked up this book because I used to get all the sci-fi comics growing up. This is Ray Bradbury Comics, issue 1, still in its poly bag with the Jurassic Park cards from the first movie. We have a Logan Path of the Warlord. I just like the artwork on this one, so I picked that one up. X-Force number 2, second Deadpool appearance. Batman Black and White number 2 and 1. And here are some of the Amazing Spider-Man you had that I didn't have. We have 341, 343, 349, 352, 357, 359, and last but not least, we have the holographic 365. I have the Web of Spider-Man edition of this comic, but I didn't have the Amazing Spider-Man one, so I went ahead and picked that one up. But there you have it, guys. If you like this, please like and subscribe to help me grow the channel, and stay tuned for more legendary garage sale finds. Thanks for watching.